Hey guys, Jan here. So welcome to this page and welcome to this video. If you're watching this video, then you've gone ahead and actually navigated towards the Calendly booking option. So it's going to be a short video. It's just going to be showcasing the industries in which Kangen water machines are in, and it's also going to be showcasing a few doctors speaking on Kangen water. So it's going to be a short video, and without further ado, we're going to very quickly get into it. But again, once you go through this funnel, you're going to be able to book in a Calendly call. So for those of you who are actually going to go ahead and do that, I look forward to speaking to you. And without further ado, enough from me, and we'll get into the video. So those are some of the industries, and now we're just going to go through a few doctors speaking and people speaking and vouching and endorsing Kangen water machines.
I'm here because my wife, she brought a machine home several years ago, and I decided to test it like crazy, not because I didn't trust my wife. It was really expensive. And if you guys heard of my background, I build medical devices. One of the #1 in the world, by the way. And my wife brings a $4,000 machine home, and she didn't really ask me to help her. She just put on a credit card, and I didn't see the bill because she hides those bills, Tony. Almost there. So here's my point. My wife, as you all know, is a homeschool mom. I'm winning awards all over the world in big magazines, running around with Sony and some of the BMW guys. And my wife's a homeschool mom, and she brings home a machine, and you just heard today what her level is. She was working 1 day a week because she was raising our son while I'm traveling everywhere. So when I saw the machine at the house, what did I do, Del? I opened that thing up. And I didn't open it up like you guys would open it up. I brought in my award-winning scientists who have great backgrounds in metallurgy and in biomechanics and in everything you can think of, electronics. One of my guys invented one of the top awards in General Motors for OnStar. He's on my team. These are guys that know what they're doing. So they open the machine up. What are we looking for? We're looking for holes. Because I'm a researcher. And guess what I found out? There are none. This machine is overbuilt. So, saying that to you guys, because I got to get to the point Bobby wants me up here for. Tisha sold a machine to every scientist. All the guys looking for holes, all bought a piece of equipment from her. Every single one. They're all over the world. So all of a sudden she had 12 sales. After getting a machine one night and didn't tell me about it, she's up now 12, because I'm trying to find holes in it. But I'm not missing it there. I decided to see what else was out there. And we got some of those machines. Are they loaded with holes? Yes, they are. I wouldn't buy a piece of equipment from any company other than Kangen. I guarantee you. No way. So, one bit of information coming out next year, these are information that's coming from our science team, is Kangen use inside of an animal study going on in Kansas. And the reproductive health of our animals are starting to improve at levels we could have never imagined. So that means the water is doing some amazing things in cattle. Is it important for our cattlemen?
Yeah.
It is. Is it important at a time right now where we're trying to talk about how to improve efficiencies in the farming operations? It is.
And through discovering Kangen water, it has taught me a huge amount about water that I never knew. And I think most of the people in this room who've experienced Kangen water also will be surprised at this great gift that Allah has given us, which is the water. And I think most of the people in this room are very privileged, in fact, to know or to be in touch with Kangen water. Most of you have seen the lectures or the demos about all the places where they have this miracle water. You've heard about Lourdes in France. You've heard about Lake Titicaca in Peru. We have Zamzam water. All of these waters claim to have miraculous effects, and we now know with science what it is, or some of the attributes of what Kangen water has. Now, coming back to what I said about functional medicine.
The only thing I can tell you now is I am convinced that Kangen water helps you to maintain good intestinal characteristics. The most important thing I can tell you to live a long and healthy life is to do what makes you happy.
Those are just a few doctors speaking on Kangen water, and now we're going to go into the experiments showing how Kangen water works, exactly how it works and how it's going to be of benefit to you. So this is probably the most significant part in this video. So without further ado, we'll get to that now. But come up closer. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's not.
Available here. Now first we are checking water, which is a mineral water, and we will see what is the pH status of this water. This is Kangen water. The third one is hydrochloric acid, and fourth one is sodium hydroxide. So now I am putting equal proportion of pH liquid into all these waters, and let us see what is the pH level. So this we are putting into mineral water. This is Kangen water. This is hydrochloric acid, and this is sodium hydroxide. Now let us check how Kangen water reacts. So now we are pouring the Kangen water into mineral water. So it has converted the mineral water, which is mildly acidic, into alkaline status. Whereas hydrochloric acid, which is a strong acid, and even after pouring Kangen water, there is no change in the color. And let us see if the sodium hydroxide does anything to this water. We can see that sodium hydroxide is reacting with hydrochloric acid, whereas Kangen water is not reacting with hydrochloric acid. The reason is that Kangen water is alkalized by nature, whereas sodium hydroxide is alkaline by nature. An alkaline substance will react with an acid substance, whereas an alkalized Kangen water does not react with hydrochloric acid. So there is no harm. Whereas if you are taking sodium bicarbonate or calcium carbonate in our food, that will react with the acid in stomach and that will disturb the digestion. And we have found that Kangen water does not interfere with the hydrochloric acid, and there is no harm to the digestion process. In fact, it removes the acidic nature in our body only. Thank you for watching our video.
Power on. Kangen Water 9.5. Kangen Water 9.5.
Man, I gotta tell you something. I bought this thing just about 2 years. It's almost 2 years. April of 2019 that I bought the Enagic machine. I've been drinking my Kangen water, and I gotta tell you guys, it really is a life changer in so many ways. You cannot underestimate the power and the effect that it has on your health when it comes to water. I drink this thing every single day, and I actually got myself even a special little jug to make sure to keep me accountable that I drink at least a gallon a day. And one of the things that I've noticed for sure is just mental clarity. When I'm working, when I'm hustling and I'm doing what I need to do, it's just my mind is exactly where it needs to be. The hydration that goes into your brain. My skin has been getting a lot more clear. And not to mention also my mom. My mom's been using it too, and she's been losing a lot of fat.
Now, Kangen water has 3 properties to it. The number one thing that matters the most to me is that it's actually anti-inflammatory. I didn't even know water could be an anti-inflammatory, but the reason why that's the most important thing to me is because I actually have psoriatic arthritis in my fingers and in my toes, and I have a really big cyst in my lymph nodes. I have to get surgery for pretty much every single year. And so it's very difficult for me to do every single day basic activities like using a computer or just even writing things down. Ever since drinking the water, it's mediate a lot of that pain. I have a lot more mobility in my joints. I'm forever grateful and thankful for the people who introduced this to me.
My experience with Kangen water has been amazing. Not only is it a reliable and sustainable water source that comes right from my kitchen, and I don't have to buy bottled water anymore. You know, there's many health benefits. I have more energy. Besides some of the more the obvious health benefits, it also has cleaning water, so I no longer have to use cleaning products that have harsh chemicals in it. Another huge impact that it has had on me is for my skin. The beauty water has been a game changer for my skin. I did have a lot of adult acne when I got into my 20s, so that's been a huge change in my skin, adding it into my morning and night routine. Yeah, my acne is under control, and my acne scars are even starting to go away.
We no longer buy bottled water, which was not as healthy as they say it is, and we save the environment with plastics. I also use it for cooking all the meals for my family. I'm 60 years old. I've suffered from arthritis, and since drinking the water, my inflammations have been really practically gone. I've been doing very well in that respect. There's nothing, I can say so much about it, but I'll be here all day. It's just been a life-changing experience for my family and myself for our health.
It's a very versatile machine. It does more than just alkaline your water. If you want to clean your vegetables, it's really good for that. If you need it for drinking water, it can boost the pH up to 9.5, which is fantastic for your body. On top of all that, I've saved thousands of dollars and waste when it comes to plastic.
I have been drinking Kangen water for a year. I have colon problems called IBS that I needed to take medication for it. Since I've been drinking Kangen water, my stomach feels more relaxed and allows me to not need the medication anymore. I also like the taste of the water, the Kangen water, because it's very refreshing. The machine has different levels of pH, so you can choose which pH you want for different purposes.
Man, I've been really lucky. I got introduced to Kangen water about 4 years ago. Major difference on how I feel. When I first bought a machine, my number one thing that came to my head was, I don't want my mom drinking bottled water. I don't want mom drinking tap water. The best option is this. Ever since I bought a machine, I cannot look back. The benefits have been great. It's something you have to experience. What I recommend to everyone is buy a machine, experience it yourself, and you'll notice that once you drink the water, there's no way you can go back to bottled water, especially what you learn about bottled water and tap water when it comes to the long term. Because water is something that we drink every day for the rest of our life, and we can never stop drinking water. So it makes sense putting the best water in our body.
Thank you, Enagic, for making Kangen water. Honestly, it fuels me. Like, I'm out here rollerblading right now, and it's a beautiful day. Of course, you gotta stay hydrated, and I don't leave the house without my Kangen water.
I really think this machine is a really good product that anyone should have at home.
It's a great addition to your kitchen, and you once you start using it, you'll see the benefits yourself. It speaks for itself. It really does.
It's a no-brainer. Even if this thing was $10,000, $20,000, or $50,000, don't even hesitate. Get the machine. It's absolutely incredible.
Basically, it helped me with my inflammation in my body, recovery time, and inflammation just anywhere, right? I have less pain, I'm able to sleep more, and it just hydrates you at a different level, right? And those are just some of the reasons. It tastes much, much better, much lighter. Get some Kangen, baby.
Google working. We're going to help you through that right now. I want everybody to get their phone out, put it on Safari if you want to use that search engine. We're going to do this walkthrough. This is going to take us 2 minutes. What I want to show you how to search. Okay? Remember, I'm at Google, so it's important you guys understand how does Google search. Maybe it's more important to understand how do doctors search. So go to Google, but don't type in Google, type in Google Scholar. Type it in. Tell me when you're there. Tony, are you doing that?
Yes.
Yep. It's scholar.google.com. So you just type into the search engine, Google Scholar. Then when it opens, hit Google Scholar. Okay? So now you're in a search engine. You're not in Google's search engine, you're in Google Scholar search engine. There's a huge difference. In the Google Scholar search engine, you're looking at peer-reviewed information. If you go to Google and search, you're not looking at peer-reviewed information. You're looking at ad text. People can purchase.
Thank you for watching this video. I trust you now have a fermented, should we use that word? A firm grasp and comprehension on how this is going to be of value to you. You guys saw the doctors and all the industries in which this Kangen water machinery is in, and the types of people that are utilizing it. You saw listened to briefly what has been said about it, and you've also saw the experiments. The experiments for me, that kind of just tops it off for me. And you've also saw briefly where you can actually study, if you want to go ahead and do your own research, where you can actually do that, utilizing the clinical term of Kangen water. So you're going through all that now. You're probably wondering, okay, that's all well and good. Now, before you get your ears talked off or your, this information overloads your brain, maybe you want to find out how to get the machine. You actually want to find out how to actually acquire it. So there is different payment options. So I'll present you guys with 3. I'll also show you what the comparison is in regards to the actual company's product range of water ionizing product range and what they have to offer there. And I'll show you the best one in which you can get. And yeah, so you can actually book in when you go. If you're viewing this in the Typeform funnel, all you have to do now is you just need to complete all of the rest of the funnel steps. And once you get to the end, you can book in your calendar booking. And I look forward to seeing you and talking with you and answering any questions that you have. So speak to you then, and thank you for your time. So.